You thought you could get rid of me, didn't you? You thought I was gone forever, didn't you? You thought maybe I'd finally taken my last break and I was leaving my YouTube channel to rot in the dust. Well, guess what, mother suckers? I'm back. And better than ever. When a YouTuber's trying to portray something, it's very important that they get their audience in the same mindset that they're in so that my attitude and what I'm saying comes off the same way to you guys. And the current mindset that I'm in is that it was almost a year ago that Ninja played with Drake on Twitch. That was almost a year ago. And it happened on my birthday, which means that I am almost 22 years old. Oh God, please stop it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My God, does it feel good to say that. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, this video right here, you missed out on it. I don't know how you missed it, because let me tell you, the love and support on that video, I know YouTubers say this a lot. Trust me, I say it a lot. Every YouTuber has said it at least once, or they're terrible, okay? But that video, I swear to God, there was maybe one or two comments of saying that my backlighting was terrible, which, by the way, I fixed the problem, alright? No more bright stuff from the sun, so that's not gonna happen anymore. And there was also another comment knocking me for my thumbnail, saying, hey, Twizzler fingers, nobody wants to see that. Yeah, well, guess what? Take a look at them, because these things are doing better, actually. The last 2 weeks have been pretty good for me, and I'm here to tell you guys why. Keep it brief, but let's get into it, shall we? If you didn't watch the video, to keep it simple, I wasn't able to be on the computer for longer than an hour without feeling pain. And that was preventing me from working, because as you can imagine, you can't make a video, and even that, a good one, you can't make one at all in only an hour's time. You gotta thumbnail it, you gotta edit it, you gotta record it. And the problem was, with me being on the keyboard and mouse, as you can see here, when your hand is straight out like this and you're moving up and down, that's working your tendons like a piano. And these guys started getting sore. The top roof of my hands, yeah, these guys just felt pain after a while, and it wasn't muscular, so I couldn't work through it. And after a while, I made that video after seeing a doctor. More specifically, a physical and occupational therapist. And, we kind of hit the nail on the head right away, which is weird, because I didn't expect to come on this video and tell you guys that I have a solution. It's not a solution because the pain isn't gone, but the last 2 weeks, you might be thinking that I've been off the computer that whole time. I haven't been. On the contrary, I've probably been on the computer almost as frequently as I've ever been. Which you might be wondering, well, Brandon, okay, why weren't you making videos then? Well, I didn't want to, because just in case, you know, while we were doing trial and error, so I gave myself a couple weeks of whenever I needed to get off the computer, I felt comfortable, but I have been able to be on the computer for, as long as I want to be. Mostly. Not, you know, close, you get the point. And so, okay. You had a week of agony and then weren't able to do anything, and now suddenly you're better? Well, what's the deal? What the hell happened? Did you take, you know, like a couple shots in your hand or something? No. Something hit my mind when my doctor told me that it might have something to do with food and inflammation, because before I had done any of this, I tried taking ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory, okay? Follow with me here. When you take an Advil, ibuprofen, calms, it disinflames you, right? So any stress, any strain, any inflammatory stuff going on with your body, it calms it down. And for some reason that worked with my hands. So this tendon issue, this whole thing, was because of inflammation in my hands. And when my doctor said it's not an issue of not working out, despite how scrawny you may be, it might have something to do with your diet. Well, y'all remember this video here? This video was me talking about how I was going to make a change to my diet. That was about 7 months ago, right? And what else happened around 7 months ago? This pain that I started. You guys, in the last video, I mentioned around September 14th, when Blackout dropped, it was during a live stream where I couldn't play any longer. Yeah, that was around the same time when I started my diet. So you take the diet change and the sudden pain that I've never felt before, and suddenly things are starting to make a little bit more sense. It was my diet this whole time. And my God, am I angry about that, but I'm also glad it was a fix. And so now you might be wondering, okay, what in your diet was causing you hand pain? That sounds so absurd. And more importantly, what do I got to do to make sure it doesn't happen to me? Well, it probably won't happen to you because over the last 2 or 3 months, specifically in my diet, I thought that I hit the nail on the head with how to gain, 3,200, 3,400 calories a day while eating semi-healthily. Well, the main thing that I was eating with my diet was wheat. Triscuits, bagels, crackers, these things that you would assume to be decently healthy for you, which wheat is, but of course in moderation. Well, it turns out that wheat is an inflammatory, and quite a big one at that. So I was eating, I hate saying this, but around 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day of wheat products alone. Yeah, you can kind of understand what I'm getting at here now, huh? Now, with all that said, I can't just stand here and say this will never be a problem ever again, because I'm not magically cured, and this pain in my hands is happening at only 21 years of age. I'm very likely going to have problems from here on out throughout my life. But hey, as long as I take precautions and try and alter my lifestyle to work with it, that's the best plan of action. And I don't want to get too much on this whole deal because I talked about how it wasn't the case in my last video. However, after a couple visits with my physical therapist, there is signs that arthritis might form later. Not right now. There's, a little bit of grittiness, but I don't have arthritis at the moment. At least I've not been diagnosed with it yet, so thank God. But my whole deal, my physical therapist and me continuing to go for the foreseeable future is to prevent this sort of thing from becoming a problem. So just know that I am trying to actively make sure that this isn't an issue where it doesn't need to be. And on the diet terms of things, I've lowered my wheat intake. I'm eating healthy. I am. I've had a doctor approval that I'm eating fine. My number one food is peanut butter, all right? Freaking love this stuff, and nuts are an anti-inflammatory, so that's fantastic. I'm also taking vitamins every day. I'm taking Rolaids every day. It's a heartburn sort of thing, but you don't take it for that. You can also take it as a magnesium supplement, and magnesium is an anti-inflammatory. And I'm, my posture is better now. I'm standing upright. You can tell I'm standing in this video whenever I don't need to be sitting down or want to. I am standing now, which is great. I'm back to doing that. Thank God I've got this, standing desk so I can just up, down, as I need. So keeping my legs and body all happy. I'm trying my hardest to make sure that this hand pain is not a problem. In fact, I've also picked up something that was a very big recommendation, and that would be this guy right here. Little PlayStation 4 DualShock controller to play some video games on in my spare time, because you can use these guys in your PC, and some games, like Rocket League, has native support for it. So this should, make it so my hand pain isn't, it's not as frequent. With the way that my tendons and my hands are gripped on a controller, it's not straining to press the buttons. I'm not bending upward or anything like that. So controllers, I could be on this for 24 hours and I wouldn't feel a single thing, which is great. So thank you guys for the recommendations. This is all on you. I appreciate the input, and I agree with you. Yeah, this should be great. So thank you. Now let's talk about two things, all right? YouTube and Twitch. They're both happening. I know. It's a shocker. I know. But they are. I know. There's a little bit to talk about on YouTube and a whole lot of bit to talk about on Twitch. So let's start on YouTube, okay? Ready for it? Extinction SMP is returning, and Subnautica Sub-Zero is ending, but in replace of that, I'm doing Sub-Zero. I'm doing Subnautica, the first one, as a Let's Play. That's about it. And of course, Hytale whenever that comes out, but, we're all waiting on that, and I have no idea when that's gonna be. So until then, Ark, Extinction, Subnautica, the first one. Good? Capiche? Alright, moving on. Now we address the elephant in the room. Twitch, the thing that I've gone to and fro, back and forth on for so long, because I just can't get the damn thing consistent, and maybe I was never born to. Well, I mentioned the last video, I was gonna say a few months ago, but I mentioned the last video. A few months ago, I started working on a full redo for Twitch, a whole rewrite of my entire streaming setup, the graphics, whatever. I could romanticize it as much as I want to. But to put it simply, I love everything that I've made, and I'm ready to drop back in, and I know that I'll be good this time. It will be a shaky start, as I'm sure it's going to be, because Twitch is a very fickle beast, fickle mistress. You have to just caress it just the right way, you know, just to attract viewers and not piss off the ones in your chat and to not get your channel terminated by TOS. It's just, you have to make sure it's all good in there. And I'm going to be returning to Twitch, and you might be wondering the schedule. Well, here's the thing. I don't have a schedule, but I do at the same time. Here's how it works, okay? Monday to Saturday, random streams, random days off, whatever. There's no time, there's no idea when I'll be streaming on Twitch from Monday to Saturday. It could be 5 a.m., 5 p.m., could be 1 a.m., I could be on Mars, whatever. Sundays, though, if you were around during H4M times when Twitch was popping for me and I did all my streaming on there, you'll know that Sub Sauce Day was a thing that I did every Sunday, and there wasn't a lot to it. It was very simply, I threw the chat into sub-only mode, and it changed the entire, you know, the entire etiquette of the stream for that day and that day alone. And that was like a special little thing because I got to talk to my subs directly, and it was cool. I'm gonna be bringing Sub Sauce Day back every Sunday, 1 p.m. PST. Sub Sauce Day. All right? I got a whole thing going on over there. I got a whole plan of how it's going to come back and be amazing in a different form, especially with a lower audience for sure, because, you know, when we were doing H4M pulling 4 to 5K a stream, like Jesus Christ, we were able to just load into sub mode and that would do the work for us. But now things are a little bit quieter, but I've got a good plan of how it's going to be. So just chime in there every Sunday, 1 p.m. PST. That's the only schedule that I have. The rest of the days are free fire, whatever they may be. But yes, I will be streaming. In fact, surprise, when this video goes live, I'll be live on Twitch. You weren't expecting that, were you? Hot damn, I'm just full of surprises, aren't I? And with all that out of the way, the last thing I have to ask of you guys is a favor. And that favor is just going to be to support the living shit out of me like I'm your blood relative. Because I promise you I will make it worth your while. I promise that I will show you guys that I can do this because this job is something that I want to keep. This is something that I want to continue doing, and I'm living a dream. I'm living my dream. And although, like I said, it caught up to me, you know, this whole YouTube thing. I've been doing it for a long time, but it definitely ramped up pretty quickly. I still want to do this, and I still want to make it my own. I have every drive to, and I hope you can see that apart from the uploading schedule, that I do have a drive to continue making this whole thing great and a wonderful experience for not only me, but for you guys. And I'm not even going to ask you for money or any financial situation right now because I don't have any content to show for it yet. Maybe I'll ask that a little bit later on, whether it be a Patreon or something like that. In the meanwhile, Twitch is always a good avenue to pitch over if you want to, but hold off, please, because I have not made anything yet for you guys. All I have to ask right now is your view and your support. Whether you want to leave a comment or a thumbs up or chime into the streams and be active on there, all of those are great ways. But hey, something for me, I've watched a lot of YouTubers growing up on this platform, and some of them I was very big fans of. But you know what? I never liked a single video of theirs. I never donated a single cent to them, but I watched their videos. I was a viewer, and I loved what they did. And you know what? That helps. Every view counts. Okay, one little snowflake falling down into the whole thing makes a snowstorm, all right? We currently have snow going on right now, so it's kind of on my mind. But one viewer makes a difference. So all that I ask is that you guys give me your love and support through all the content that I'm going to be making on YouTube and on Twitch. Can't ask any more than that, okay? Thank you all for watching. Take care. I look forward to seeing you in the next videos. From here on out, I think it's going to be a great time. I'm really looking forward to Hightail, man, but I'm also looking forward to just getting back and making content because, hey, you know, I think I can make good videos still. I think I've got the attitude and the personality to really kill it, man. So I'm excited. Whether I see you guys on YouTube or Twitch, thank you for watching. I'm going to cut the rambling, all right? It's good to be back. It really is. And I will, yeah. One thing to say about Twitch, I just have to make this comment here. I do intend on continuing to stream Rocket League. But for those that don't know, I have been playing Rocket League since the start on keyboard and mouse. I've never used a controller on a PC before, hence the reason I had to buy one. I am a Champ 3 on keyboard and mouse. In fact, I haven't mentioned this, but through some grinding that I did about a month ago, I was Champ 3 Div 4. I was 3 games away from hitting GC Grand Champ, man. Like, holy shit, that's good for me. Using keyboard and mouse. So on Twitch, if you're wondering what kind of content I'll be streaming on there, it's going to be me starting fresh on a brand new account, trying to get good with a controller, and yeah, I can only imagine what kind of content's going to come from there. I think it should just be nothing but hilarity and probably a good amount of rage. Hopefully this thing can last longer than a month before I throw it at my wall. So just a little, I don't know, I felt like mentioning that because probably like, what are you going to be using the controller for? You don't use it for anything. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the content, and I will see you on either platform. Take care. And I'll also keep you guys updated on my hands as well, too, and my diet, because this was like a little sneak peek that my diet thing has been a struggle. You'll get an update video on that soon, but for right now, we're just going to kick it back into gear with the content that we've been trying to get into gear for a while. See you guys next time. Shit!